This is Damon Stevens, Fenwell Builder. Today is Thursday, May 19th, 2021. The stock market update, as well as, a little bit unusual. So somebody's asking, what indicators do I use? And so we're going to take a look at that, as well as how the market's doing and what to expect here as we're closing out this week. So let's get right into it. Just remember, we're not financial advisors. Everything we're sharing with you is for information purposes only. Your trades are your own. We're just sharing you what we're doing, what we're looking for, and how we're seeing the market. All right, so let's get right into it. So here's the indicator. So this is Thinkorswim. So this is one of the setups that we have here that we use. And this is the SPY on 1 hour. This is today. And so it's pretty simple. We just have our volume at the bottom. We have a Gaussian channel that we're using. So you can see here, obviously anything above our trade line is green. Everything below our trade line is red. So as soon as you bounce above your trade line, you know that it's a buy. And we also have some buy signals and sell signals in here as well, but you can see some consolidation. So you see a little duplicates here, but the idea is to keep an idea of where your trend line is. And you see that it's green all the way up here from this band up to this band, and then turns back around. We have a short here below our trend line, our trade line here, and you can see all the way back down to this band and then back up and just kind of tag that trade line, and then we're back below it. So you can see it's kind of one of our setups that we use to trade the market. And pretty much what we're looking at is band to band to band, because that's the easiest way to really follow the trend of the market. So this is over a 5-day period for this example. So Thinkorswim. So I've told a few of you that I'm using Thinkorswim. So let me real quick switch over to that and just show you my Thinkorswim screen here. All right, so here's my Thinkorswim screen. So basically same concept of our trade line. And basically here's our upper band. And our trend is obviously facing up on the short term. And this is just a 1 day. So you can see here, this is pre-market in the gray area, and this is the core market here. So you see basically a short from this band, or puts if you're doing options, down to this band, and a sell, buy your calls. You break the band, you see that we kind of rode up that band, back up to here. This would be the sell opportunity if you missed it. Obviously you came down here and we bounced back up to had another opportunity to actually get out a profit here as well. But there's a couple opportunities, to take profit today. And then obviously this looks like a double top here, and we came back down, and then obviously we got back above the trade line and back up again. And you can see here again, red and green. That's pretty much what we just trade, red and green, depending on if we're above our trade line or below it. So that's just a quick view. Down here is our volume, color based off of our trend. And then here's our little squeeze indicator showing, downward momentum versus upward momentum. And this blue bar here is our momentum indicator. So that's pretty much, a pretty simple model. This works best for us to really, get in on these trades, kind of know where do we short, where do we go long, where do we short, where do we go long, where do we short. So just hope that helps you to see. And I'm going to get back here into the core. So that's two different platforms. And different indicators, a little bit different view and look and feel, but they both work equally well for us. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then now let's get into the market and take a look at what happened today. So Dow Jones closed down 0.75%, NASDAQ down 0.26%, and S&P 500 down 0.58%. So nice down day still, pretty flat overall. We were looking to see if we're going to get a little bit of a bounce back, a little bit of retracement today, which we did not. So the market was pretty much flat, very close, tight ranges, and kind of a mixed bag across the board in the market. So, not going to cover a lot in detail this round today, just because, we talked about this in last night's video. So if you want more detail, definitely watch last night's video. With these tight ranges, there's not more new to cover, but we'll cover it quickly anyway. So Neuro, BBPR, those were the closest hits, but we did not trade those today. VERU was the one that was on our radar, multi-day trade. This is on a daily chart. You see here this last several days, we actually were pretty flat today. Could have traded VRU, but I did not. I was focused on some other areas and just kind of watching the chop that was going on and trying to preserve capital here. But we did scalp in the morning, the first 30 minutes, which is just a wonderful time to grab stocks, especially with the charts we have. Shows you exactly where to get in and out as you're entering the market in the morning. So we love it. But looking at the fear, still low. Obviously, this is going to probably be here for a while. But we want to measure this and see when things are changing. Updating our max pain chart. This is options. So everything the red is put options that were purchased, and you see puts are nuts. So people are definitely expecting the market to come down, and then the green are the calls. But a lot more than you saw the last couple of days. And also the max pain changed again. We updated it. It's now 414. So if the market wants to take back as much money to pay its option holders, then the market would need to rally up to 414 to create the maximum pain. Don't know that that's going to happen. Don't see it happening in a day, because this is for closing out tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. It's options expiration week and month tomorrow. So we have a lot of things expiring. So tomorrow could be a very volatile day in both directions. But if the market really wants to create the most pain, it's going to rally tomorrow. If it doesn't really care about creating the pain, it could go tap the lows, or it could do the lows in the morning and hit the highs in the afternoon. It could do both, or the vice versa. So just, be careful out there tomorrow with the options traders. There's a lot of people going to lose money tomorrow, and a lot of people going to make money tomorrow on the options. There's just tons of them out here, especially these puts are just, crazy. But, that goes to the fear. People are fearing the market, so they're going to short the market. So hopefully that made sense. And you see here, stock price at the close was 390.58. So big difference between the max pain level and where we're at right now. So earnings, nothing that I covered for earnings in Thursday, Friday. So that's pretty quiet. Looking at Apple was interesting. I'm curious to see how this plays out. Apple put a new low in today and actually broke below our 137.69 trend line, which is, based off of where we were back here in October of 2021. So that's kind of where that number comes from. So breaking and closing below that, if we don't bounce here, we could very well come back a lot lower. I mean, the next line I have in here is 121.56. So that's a huge downcline that we could actually come down. So looking to see if Apple maybe kind of put in its low now. Now it's got a lower low in here, because it kind of went low when everything else was going down. I was just amazed at it. It's great, great if you caught this right down today, because it just kind of moved pretty quick. Just kind of grinded its way down there. But yeah, it put a new low in where others did not. So very curious to see how it plays out tomorrow, because Apple's a leading stock, especially in the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, or not Dow Jones, but the NASDAQ. So we're going to see, what impact that has tomorrow, because obviously the rest of the market was ignoring it. Tesla closed out towards the lows, but didn't go to a new low. But it closed, above in this candle from yesterday. So we're just kind of consolidating down here. So, we could bounce off here. This could be a double bottom, and then we bounce up and start heading north. That's a possibility. Or we could go down here and make new lows here at 648.84 is the next line in the sand that I have on my charts. NVIDIA, we're just kind of consolidating here towards the bottom. We haven't broken our support line here at 166.37, but if we do, this 134.50 is on the docket. And this kind of could be considered possibly a bear flag, but it's been holding too, so it could very well bounce if the market decides to move up. Facebook sitting here consolidating as well. Not at the new lows. The lows are 169. We're still up here close to 200. But we are, below this trend line. So it's kind of holding us back. So we got to be able to break up here above this, and also the 20-day moving average at 199. So really 200 is the breakout on Facebook. Amazon just kind of chopping back and forth here. 2048 is the line in the sand. So we'll just see if if we do that, maybe this is a double bottom possibly put in here as well, or we could just range in here and we could be range bound. RK sitting here just flat consolidating. Now, this was possibly a bear flag But, we've pulled down here lower and we're holding up here. So maybe, maybe we do pop up here. We got to get above 46 if we want to run. Otherwise, we might just continue to consolidate here for a while. Definitely join us. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and also like our video if this is helpful for you. We make these videos to you, bring these to you so you can hopefully get a little education, become a better trader, and share ideas. That's how we all succeed, is by sharing ideas and becoming part of a community. Looking at 10-year yield, we're below the 20 moving average now, close below it. So it's possible to come down here down to 266 here. And could we bounce off here? We could bounce up here, but starting to show some weakness here on the 10-year bond, so they could be pulling back now. The dollar, same thing, right below that 20, so the dollar could be coming down here as well. Does that, all these dollars and everything coming, and the bonds coming down here, does that give us a chance to to rally, or does the whole market and everything just participate in this downturn that we have going on? So that's something to be aware of. But here's the VIX. VIX came down. It's right on the 20. They could very well bounce up here and spike. If it does tomorrow, expect it the market could come down lower, maybe hit some new lows. But if we break this 20 in the morning, looking at this pre-market and on the open, if we get below this 30, this 30 level, this 29 level, especially if we come down to 20, at least 25, we could definitely get a rally started. And if it comes down here and we'll come down towards the 20 area, obviously we could get a nice bull run here started. Looking at the SPY, sitting here just flat on the day. We talked about this already, but sitting here flat. So looking for a breakdown, or basically maybe a bounce, even double bottom here off this 383. And the reason there could be double bounce is because we had one earlier. So in March, we had a kind of a double bottom here, and we bounced up and rallied for a few days. So, that could happen here too. We could bounce here and rally, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. If we break below 385, we could be putting in new lows. And we could possibly come down to 370, which is down here, on this support band here. If we can break up above this current level where we're at, or 393, ideally, then we could possibly start to kick off a rally, at least finishing out the week on a high. Triple Qs flat as well. If we can get back above the close here, we could start to chase up this candle as well, and we could get a little rally going on. If not, if we break down below yesterday's close, could be putting in new lows or a double bottom. Semiconductors, so SMH, so that is kind of right down here, just barely above support, right at the bottom of this candle. So if we get above yesterday's close, we could rally up this candle into the 20. If we break our support line here around 225, we could be coming down and retesting the lows again. IWM, so Russell 2000, small caps. As you can see here, we've been pulling down here for 3 days and closing lower. So, has this become a lower high and we bounce off of here, or do we continue down here and possibly create a double bottom situation again down here towards 168? Financials, so we pulled back down here. So we're not at new lows, but we're pretty close. So if we break, down to 32.41, do we put a double bottom in, or do we break it and make a new bottom, a new low? If we break 32.41, if we get above 34, we can possibly start to rally here. Healthcare, pull back here as well off of that rejection we had, right in the bottom of this candle. So we could chase up this candle tomorrow back towards 130. If we break below yesterday's close, we could come back down here and retrace back possibly to 126 or lower. Energy sector, pull back here after hitting that high, kind of got almost to the 20, bounced back up. We're above our support line here again. So, can we rally back up? If we can get above yesterday's close, get above 82, we can rally up towards 84. If we break 81, we're coming lower, back down to the 20 probably. Gold got above our support line here, 1831, after falling down almost to 1780 we talked about. The 20 is going to be resistance. So look for resistance at 1856. The gold finally starting to do what it needs to do. So hopefully it continues to jump up here as the market shows weakness. Bitcoin kind of sitting here flat in between, our line here at 33 and the 200-day moving average at 27. So we'll see what this weekend brings. So definitely watching the crypto this weekend to see, what that does maybe for next week. Ethereum still kind of just flat down here, kind of a bearish flag here. So do we come back down here and retest 1701, or are we going to try to go up towards the 20? You just got to watch for the price action tomorrow. So that's our stock market updates. That's our cryptos, our stocks, things we're looking at for Friday. Also a little look at our indicators, the things that we use to trade every day. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you're interested in those indicators, we do give, I do give a copy of my desktop and the Thinkorswim or the TradingView indicators to anybody who joins us on our annual membership. But you can still join for free on the Discord. Get our daily published numbers for what we're trading and what we're looking for. That's every morning. You got the free training out there. Those are all free services to you. If you want to become a member and join us live on trading, definitely check us out at finwealthlive.com, and we'd love to see you and have you participate with us. Everybody, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll talk on Sunday, and we'll get you all prepped for Monday. Actually, is Monday a holiday? No, Memorial Day weekend's coming up here, so maybe not. So we'll get you prepped the day before we go live here. So let me check my calendar, and everybody have a great weekend.